I voted for myself for president, and even that, voting for myself, didn't really feel that empowering. So I can only imagine what you feel like. You know, so I guess the point I'm making is, if all we ever do is vote and expect social change, we are making a mistake. If all we ever do is lobby and expect social change, we are making a mistake. If all we ever do is go to public hearings and give comment, we are making a mistake. Frankly, if all we ever do is engage in mass protests and demonstrations and expect social change, we are making a mistake. If all we ever do is any one of the things, we make a mistake. The point I'm making is this. I am absolutely convinced that with the crisis that we are facing today, and let's just look, I'm going to tell the truth as I see it. The United States of America is a racist, sexist, and class-oppressive society. We are destroying the planet. I am sick and tired of people who are sugarcoating reality. The reality is that we are heading over a cliff. The reality is that this country is racist, and that there is a system, and by the way, let's call it like it is, white supremacy. Right? That's actually what racism is actually about today. It is the idea of somehow creating institutions that, because of the pigment of our skin, that we somehow, that is, those of us with this color pigment, are somehow better than, and then we create political institutions and economic institutions that favor that. That is supremacy. And I know that for some people that seems, ooh, that seems like, don't actually say that. That goes too far. That's too fast. People are not ready to hear that. Well, you know what? People need to hear that. And you know who else was told, slow down. Don't actually go too far. Don't go too fast. The American Revolutionaries. The abolitionists. The women's suffrage movement. The trade union movement. The civil rights movement. You take a look at every single social movement in this country, and what you will see is that they were committed to deep systemic change, and every step that they took, there were other people who agreed with them and said, don't go too fast. Don't go too far. You're being too aggressive. Well, you know what? As important as it was to break the chains with Britain and to end monarchy, as important as the women's suffrage movement is, let's be clear, the issue that is really facing the world today, not just Americans, the global climate crisis, that's kind of a big deal, y'all. You know, I believe that we need to act in such a way that is commensurate with the problem that we are facing. And the problem that we are facing is that human conduct on this planet is about to make it impossible for our modern society to continue. Right? So when I say we have to use all the tools in the toolbox, I ain't joking. You know? Like when I ran for president, I ran on my arrest record.
Yeah.
You know, I'm proud to say I've been to jail for justice. Here's an honest question. How many people here in the audience have been to jail for justice? How many people here have done it? All right, a couple of hands go up. Sister, how did it feel? Yeah? Would you do it again? Yeah? Over here, I saw a hand. Who raised their hand? How did it feel? Yeah, what did you go to jail for? Which city? San Francisco. San Francisco, rise up, right? Right on. Would you do it again? One more. Yes, sir. Oh, I was there. I didn't get actually convicted, but I got escorted away in handcuffs. Would you do it again? Here's the thing, y'all. Right? Here's the thing. Every social movement actually needs a militant and a group of people who are militant and who are ready and willing to disrupt the power system. Right? You have to be willing to do that. Right on! Puppies for nonviolent civil disobedience! Alright. So don't eat the dogs. Don't eat the animals. They're with us. But here's the thing. I really want to be clear about this. I am not calling for some just willy-nilly go out in the streets, you know, yelling and screaming without a plan. We need a plan, because we need a plan that includes nonviolent civil disobedience, but it also must have a very clear focus on lobbying and engaging in electoral politics and deeper still, changing the culture. Because that's when you know you win. Whenever you get not just the activists, not just the, like, look to your left and look to your right. For real, like, just look around at each other. You're all freaks. Yeah. You're totally freaks. Like, it's a Saturday. We're in Santa Barbara. You're in here listening to me rant. You're freaks. You are freaks. And you know what? Take a moment and metaphorically or in physical reality, pat yourself on the back. Pat each other on the back. It's good to be a freak. Because you know what? Freaks are the ones who are willing to engage in a revolution against the King of England. The American Revolutionaries were freaks. Think about it. You know, I used to say that the American Revolutionaries were not calling for a more socially responsible king. You know, so today, we should do more than just call for more socially responsible corporations. You know what I mean? Let's raise our demands a little higher. Let's raise our aspirations a little higher. But check it out. If you look at the 1760s, those people who became revolutionaries, they were writing letters to the king that go like this. Oh, dear Father King, we, your humble and obedient children, come before you and ask for your intervention because Parliament is passing laws that are oppressing us mightily. And we, your obedient children, ask for your intervention. The most sniveling, groveling, obsequious kind of language that you can even imagine, right? And somehow, in one generation, one decade, it went from that kind of bootlicking to get out. And I'll tell you something, as somebody who claims seriously to be a revolutionary, I am very keenly interested in what kind of conversations are taking place.